and it became pretty obvious that he was one of the top players on the field. But, as far as the playoffs are concerned, I know we're a long way from that, but that win against the D3 school, first of all, puts the Tigers at the top of Region 15, tied with a couple of other teams. But moving ahead through these weeks to come, Miami Trace is going to give them plenty of points. And by the way, I want to know the last time that everyone in the SOC2 except the Waverly Tigers lost in week 1. Waverly's the only team in the SOC2 with a victory in the first week.
Wow.
But it was a pleasure to call. Once we got on the air, we did have some issues early, but I think we have all that worked out. And before I forget to mention it, Waverly's game is moved to 8 o'clock tomorrow night.
Right.
So our pregame will start at 7:30 with the Todd Harris Realty pregame show. And, guys, I'm sorry I can't stay with you the whole night tonight, but it was exciting last night, and you got a whole line of people here to talk to you, so I know you're going to stay busy.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are, G. That's a fact. But we appreciate you coming down, giving us that info on the Tiger game. And I guess that leaves, G, if you really need to get out of here, you'll be out on the Pick'ems contest this week.
I can't sneak him in right now.
Well, you could. You could. Let me get
fire away. Let me we're tied for the lead, right?
Yeah.
How did the guest picker do last week?
3-7.
That's what you do when you pick the team closest to the car dealership. Right?
That's it right there.
I don't blame him. He might have done the same thing. What you got?
All right. We'll do the other guys later. But G, it's Portsmouth West at Portsmouth.
Portsmouth. West said nothing to me a week ago that says they're ready. That was a shocking score against Fairland.
Yes, it was. Northwest at McLean.
I believe that's a tough call, but I'm going with the Mohawks in that game. Northwest.
All righty.
SOC's due.
Yes, Athens at Gallipolis.
Another tough one. I'm going to take Gallipolis at home.
All righty. Ironton at Jackson. I got some good ones this week.
Ironton.
All righty.
Although I think it probably is a good game.
Valley at Cold Grove.
Valley.
All right. Chesapeake at Medford.
Wow. Do factor. Medford.
West Jefferson at Paint Valley.
Paint Valley.
All righty.
Although I think that's a tough matchup for them. But
yes, it is. It usually is. Uniota at Amanda Clear Creek.
Another interesting one. Uniota just pounded Vinton County. Let's go with you. 31-0. I'm impressed.
Wheelersburg at McNicholas. Archbishop McNicholas.
Boy,
that's always
Pirates lose 2 in a row to start the season. It's going to happen. I got to take McNicholas. They're real.
They are real. And Ohio State and Akron. That's an easy one.
I'll take the Buckeyes.
That's right. Sounds like a winner.
All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here.
All right, we'll let you go. And with that being said, Brian, let's talk about the Piketon game, and we'll get the Piketon coaches on here first.
So, Fred, I can't hear myself in the headset.
I'm trying, buddy.
So I can't hear myself
at
in the
all.
Headset. Not at all.
Not at all.
Well, I can hear.
Should be all right. Everything's hooked up.
Yeah, I can. Okay, that's a little better. There you go. Okay.
Where was it at?
It's still
out there.
I think it's this mic.
Well, grab that headset.
Well, we're going to need one for those guys too. So I'll just hold this one up a little bit. We'll be okay. But yeah, I think there's something wrong with this mic because I can barely hear myself in the headset.
Well, I am the same way. So I'm trying not to go here in the red. So I don't know why it's so high. But I'll turn us up to where we normally are. That's where we normally are. And then we're going to take a break before we'll get Coach Gullion up here and we'll talk about the Piketon game. But again, you're listening to and watching the Pike County X's and O Coaches Show live from Valerie Ford Showroom. You can listen and watch on Total Media Sports on YouTube. It's WXIZ 100.9 Hank FM. And we got all kinds of giveaways. Pizza coming. It's here. We have some Total Media what are these things? Hold your
koozies.
Cup holders.
They're koozies. Canned koozies.
We got keychains. We got pens. So stop by, see us. Take what you want. And we're going to take this quick break, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Valerie Ford of Waverly's Labor Day Sales Event of the Year. Discounts on new Fords up to $10,000. Interest rates as low as 0% on all 2024s. Plus, we will pay more for your vehicle than anyone. That's right, up to $10,000 off new Fords and interest rates as low as 0%. Don't miss the Labor Day sales event going on all month long. Remember, all roads lead to Valerie Ford of Waverly. Check us out online at ValerieFord.com. See dealer for details.
Are you craving a pizza that's as big as your appetite? Try our $10.99 extra large New York style pizza. It's packed with your choice of one topping and made with our original fresh, never frozen dough. It's hand stretched thinner with 8 oversized foldable slices. This is one big deal for one big pizza. Available now for a limited time at Papa John's Pizza in Jackson and Waverly, Ohio. Don't wait, order now and get your slice of the action before this offer disappears.
Sanctuary cities are releasing dangerous illegal immigrant criminals onto Ohio streets with Senator Sherrod Brown's support. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement reported 29 criminal aliens released in just a few weeks' time in Franklin County alone, including Edgar Moreno Soto, charged with felony firearms, drugs, released. Ajir Muhammad, failure to register as a sex offender, released. Manuel Vasquez Sanchez, domestic violence, assault, and menacing, released. And the list goes on. But Senator Sherrod Brown voted 10 times to protect sanctuary cities in Ohio that release dangerous illegal immigrant criminals back onto our streets. Call Senator Sherrod Brown at 216-522-7272 and tell him to support S1068, the Stop Dangerous Sanctuary Cities Act, and start protecting Ohio families, not dangerous criminal illegals who shouldn't even be in the country. Paid for by One Nation, www.onenationamerica.org.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
Our Labor Day savings start now at Lowe's. Right now, buy one, get one free on Valspar Reserve or HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Infinity or Showcase Interior Paint via Lowe's gift card rebate. Whether you're painting one accent wall or want to freshen up a whole room, we've got you covered. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details. Valid through 9/4.
Alrighty, back here at Valerie Ford, the showroom, Pike County Coach X's and O's Coaches Show, and we do have Coach Tyler Goyen. And before we go on, I'm going to send out. We also are giving away a free pizza tonight, and the trivia question going out right now. You have to call my cell phone, and we will stop whatever we're doing to talk to whoever calls in. Here's my number: 740-222-4744. 740-222-4744. You're going to call T. Fred, and here's the trivia question tonight. Eastern has had football team for the last 13 years, but the last 10 years varsity. They started a JV schedule and then went to varsity. However, Beavers, back in the day, had a football team at one time. What year was that football program started for Beaver? We need the year, folks. We need the year. What year did Beaver have a football team? Now, this is before they consolidated with Eastern. I believe that was 1964 when they consolidated with Stockdale. And then they moved into Eastern, which is what it is now. So, again, call T. Fred, 740-222-4744. Beaver had started a football team, and what year did they start that football team? That's all we need, the year. All righty. With that being said, Coach, great game last week, 26-0. I thought your defense played real well. Offense, a little slow starting, but it got going in the second half.
Yeah, defensively, outstanding job by our coaches and our players. We really flew around. We've been preaching, hey, you got to play fast. We play fast on offense. You got to play fast on defense. You got to get the guys there. You got to run to the ball, multiple guys to the tackle, and I thought we did that. We was trying to do tackles after the game. After the game, we sit down and watch film as coaches, and we tally tackles. It was hard to find tackle who was there first, because there were so many guys there. And but defensive line, we're extremely deep on that side. We play 6 defensive linemen. We just rotate those guys through. Linebackers did a great job of getting to the ball. So yeah, and that first drive, they went right down the field on us, but we didn't give up the big play. And we kept saying that, hey, if you make a team go the distance, eventually they're going to mess up, and they did that. Then after that, we kind of shut them down. I think they kind of, it was how we thought the game would be played, how we wanted it. Hey, let's wear them down. We play a lot more guys. They are big, and they got some good linemen, but they're playing both ways, and early on, it's hot, so defensively did an outstanding job, and then eventually offensively, we never really did get into rhythm, but we made some big plays in the second half, made a big play in the first half, so we'll take it any way you get it. Shut out, man, first week of the season, getting a shutout, it's huge.
Oh, that's a fact. And you had some, Luke was unofficially, we got 6 of 12 for 168 yards and 2 TDs. He had a good rushing night, 9 for 65 and a couple TDs. We didn't get Buddy Wilson going too much the other night.
No, he had 12 carries, 20-some yards. He did have the big long run that was called back.
Yes.
But we, like I said, and that gets us in our rhythm. We like to throw it and do all that, but we got to run the ball to get that rhythm going, and Buddy getting up in there, and then he's going to bust one. But they were good up front. They were. It was hard to get a push. They were big. And then you try to trap them, they wouldn't get upfield, so you could trap them. Didn't stunt a lot. I thought they would stunt more, but they didn't. So I mean, it is what. And what I love about Buddy could care less. He was just happy. He was happy we won.
Got the W.
He got the W. He was smiling, and that's what I loved. But defensively, I mean, I think Connor Daniels led us in tackles with 13. Wyatt Savage had 8. Noah Ross had a huge game. He had 7 tackles, a sack, caused fumble. So those guys did a great job. Offensively also, if you look at films, and we were one block away from breaking one too. So you're like, and that's what football is. Everyone's got to do their job, and if one guy doesn't, play doesn't work. So we got to shore that up, but. And we got 3. We got 3, and we didn't turn it over any. And anytime it's 3-0 turnovers, you should win the game. So
yes,
that was huge.
And really not a lot of mistakes as far as penalties. Big holding call that brought one back, but not a lot of mistakes.
I think we had, 3 penalties, 4 penalties, 30 yards, something like that. So week 1, you'll take that.
Absolutely.
Not a lot of false starts, offsides. The jitters are usually there, so it was a pretty clean game, and even for them too. Not a lot of penalties. So week one, it was pretty solid for a week one affair.
Well, you got the Wellston Rockets tomorrow night, first road trip. They moved the game back to 8 o'clock. That's probably a good move.
Yes, it's going to be hot.
Yep.
It was this week. It was tough getting outside. You know, Amanda, our trainer, does a great job of keeping our kids safe, and she's got this little machine she sticks up and it beeps, and that means we can't go outside. But sometimes that gets annoying, but it is what it is. It is safety of the kids. But we got, the indoor facility. We can get some great, and our kids are very mature. Hey, when we go in there, we can get a lot done, and it's just not playtime. So in the indoor, we was in there a lot. It was good to get out today the whole time just to run around and stuff like that. But got some good work in. Wellston is they're a good ball club. They're much more diverse offensively. They're going to spread you out, run, pass options, stuff like that. Defensively, there's kind of like looking in a mirror. They're going to blitz and get after it, much like us, so we've got to be ready for that. You're playing on that grass stuff. We're not used to that green grass stuff, so we got to get used to that, I guess. But it's a friendly, I don't want to say friendly. It's a pretty cool place to play. The stands are right on you. It gets loud there, and so we've played them a few times through the year. So we got them back on the schedule. So should be a good matchup.
Sounds like a plan. Before we bring your two cohorts in crime here over, we're going to take another quick break. And again, if you want to answer that trivia question for a Papa John's pizza, and we got plenty, guys, come in. We also have before I go to that trivia, if you stop in Valerie Ford here, you can register to win a $50 gas card. Just come in and you got to fill out the form. It says WXIZ entry form. Come in, check out the show place or the showroom, the cars, and then just fill that card out, drop it in a box, and next Thursday night we're going to draw a lucky winner for a $50 gas card. So kudos to Valerie Ford for doing that for us. But that being said, we're going to take a break. You're listening to the Pike County Coaches X's and O's show live from Valerie Ford, and we'll be back in a minute.
Valerie Ford of Waverly's Labor Day Sales Event of the Year. Discounts on new Fords up to $10,000. Interest rates as low as 0% on all 2024s. Plus, we will pay more for your vehicle than anyone. That's right, up to $10,000 off new Fords and interest rates as low as 0%. Don't miss the Labor Day sales event going on all month long. Remember, all roads lead to Valerie Ford of Waverly. Check us out online at ValerieFord.com. See dealer for details.
Are you craving a pizza that's as big as your appetite? Try our $10.99 extra large New York style pizza. It's packed with your choice of one topping and made with our original fresh, never frozen dough. It's hand stretched thinner with 8 oversized foldable slices. This is one big deal for one big pizza. Available now for a limited time at Papa John's Pizza in Jackson and Waverly, Ohio. Don't wait, order now and get your slice of the action before this offer disappears.
Total Media Sports is your home for all sports across Southeast Ohio. Listen to the radio for shows like General Mills Football Fridays, the 740 Sports Show, and of course, local high school sports broadcasts. Our YouTube channel is home to live streams for 7 area high schools football games. And check out the Total Media Sports Facebook page for scores and live coverage of local sports. It's all on Total Media Sports.
Ohio loves to gamble, but this is one bet you will never win. Ohio doesn't require gates and flashing lights at every crossing, so drivers are at risk. Statistics show that gates and lights together prevent more train car accidents than stop signs or crossbucks alone. Please approach all crossings with caution and report bad railroad crossings at angelsontrack.org. That's angelsontrack.org. Because bad crossings kill good drivers. Sponsored by Angels on Track, aired by OAB and this station.
Who are the people that serve part-time in the Ohio Army National Guard? We are your neighbors, co-workers, and friends. We are your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters. We are the people you see in your community every day. While we serve part-time, we're learning valuable life and job skills that we can use in our civilian careers. We get up to 100% of our tuition paid for at state colleges so we can have an even better future. We are proud to serve both our country and our home state. Through every storm, every flood, every emergency that hits home here in Ohio, we are ready to respond and help our fellow Ohioans recover. We are every city, every small town, and every community. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service with the Ohio Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/OH. Sponsored by the Ohio Army National Guard. Aired by the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Alrighty, back here live from the Pike County X's and O's Coaches Show, live from the Valley Ford showroom. We got all kinds of giveaways. We've got Total Media cards. We have pens. We have keychains. We have, I didn't see these till just now, Hank stickers, Hank 100.9 Hank FM stickers. We're going to have t-shirts here next week. But we got plenty of pizza. Come on down and eat. We got 5 boxes of pizza. Come on down and just hang out for a little bit. Again, a trivia question for tonight. If I can get my microphone set up right. Call 740-222-4744. All right, 740-222-4744. Here's the trivia question tonight. The Beaver Beavers, back in the day, had a football team that they started. What year did they start and have their first football season? Back in the day. That'll give you a hint. Give me a call, 740-222-4744, with the correct answer, and you win a Papa John's pizza. And you'll come down and pick up your card here at Valerie Showroom. With that being said, we got a couple Red Streaks with us. We got Malachi Lamerson and Wyatt Savage. And guys, congrats on the win. Let me start first by saying your older brother got a game tonight at Moorhead.
Yep, he does.
Go ahead, speak up a little bit, boss.
Yeah, he has a game tonight. It's his first game tonight at Moorhead. He's a freshman.
Well, good. How's he liking it?
He likes it pretty good. It's just
It's different,
rough.
ain't it?
Yeah,
it's different. Yeah, well, good stuff. Well, you're following your brother's footsteps.
Yeah.
Are you stepping up to the line and making him proud?
I think so.
So far, I believe you guys are.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you what, you guys are. I had you guys back in 5th grade. What grade you in?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior, and you're a sophomore.
this year,
Yeah, I don't know. Did I have you in class?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, because they bounced me around a little bit. But I had this young man in 5th grade, and I knew he was a good football player then. But, boy, you guys have grown up, and I feel like a midget now watching you guys play. But, hey, defensively, you guys really looked good last week. Go ahead. Your thoughts.
I think the defense stepped up and did really good. They stopped them like when we needed it the most, and gained the momentum back. Like the first drive, they ran down into the red zone and they stopped them. And that really helped us, gave us momentum.
Yes, it did. Now, do you play on both sides of the ball?
No,
Just offense right now.
Yeah.
Well, like Coach Gallion said, you guys had some beef up front there you had to deal with. That was a rough go. How do you guys keep yourself going? You know, if your man beats you and gets a tackle, how do you get yourself mentally prepared to go back after it?
You just got to get up there, and the next play, you got to know you're going to win that rep and just have that mindset that you're going to win.
And I know you play some linebacker, right?
Yes, sir.
Is that your favorite linebacker?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, I call you the little macho man, and you're not little by no means, but I call you Macho Man Jr. most of the time because that's what we called your brother. But defensively, offensively, did Northwest give you any kind of trouble? I know the Runyon kid ran the ball pretty good, but he was kind of a straight-up runner. But you guys handled him pretty well.
Yeah, I think we handled them pretty well. We watched a lot of film, so we all knew what they were going to do. We were prepared for it, very well prepared. We played really fast football. I think that really stopped the run for them.
Well, you guys pitched a shutout, so you can't complain on that. Not at all. Not at all. Well, you got Wellston tomorrow night. Your thoughts on that game?
I think going into it, it's going to be rough. It's going to be hot, and we just got to watch film and execute our game plan.
All right. Do they have anything you got to watch out for?
Not that I know of, but, I mean, they're a good football team, so.
Well, it's a good matchup. I like the game. I'm glad we got him back on the schedule. Your thoughts, Wyatt?
Well, we've watched a lot of film. We're ready for him. Nothing in particular really stands out to us. That's going to be a massive problem. But, we treat it like it's the best team that we're going to play, no matter who we play. So we're ready for him.
And you guys are playing on the real grass tomorrow. Any thoughts on that?
I think it's going to be – it'll make it less hot for sure.
Yeah.
Because the turf really heats it up. But
yeah,
in my opinion, I don't really like grass. But it is what it is.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Anything else?
New jerseys aren't going to be very white anymore.
Well, I like your new home jerseys. I appreciate that. Anybody you want to shout out to tonight?
My brother.
All righty. Good luck tonight, big guy. Anybody?
My mom and my brother. They're listening, I think.
All righty. Well, we got plenty of people down here. We're going to go to our next break out there as we'll take another break and get another team in here. We got Coach Crabtree and the Waverly Tigers sitting and waiting in line. So, guys, good luck tomorrow night. Thanks for coming down.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for having us.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back in a minute. You're listening and watching on Hank FM, WXIZ 100.9 Hank FM, Total Media Sports. Go to YouTube and you can tune us in or watch us both. But it is the Pike County X's and O's Coaches Show live from the Valerie Ford Showroom. We'll be back in a minute.
Tigers look to add another win Friday night as they take on the Zane Trace Pioneers. Coverage will start at 7:30 for an 8 p.m. kickoff on Hank FM.
Waverly Tiger football on the radio is brought to you by Floor BWXT Portsmouth, Kirkhoff Automotive, Cole's Furniture Store, Clinkers Lumber, Valley View Health, Beaver Creek Steel Roofing and Supply, Todd Harris Realty, Duds and Suds Laundromat, Brewster's Real Estate and Auction, Chillicothe Trucks, Ohio Valley Bank, Hometown Chevrolet, Papa John's of Waverly, Austin Heating and Cooling LLC, and the Jackson County Health Department Search Program.
It's the Tigers and the Pioneers Friday night on 100.9 Hank FM WXIZ.
Valerie Ford of Waverly's Labor Day Sales Event of the Year. Discounts on new Fords up to $10,000. Interest rates as low as 0% on all 2024s. Plus, we will pay more for your vehicle than anyone. That's right, up to $10,000 off new Fords and interest rates as low as 0%. Don't miss the Labor Day sales event going on all month long. Remember, all roads lead to Valerie Ford of Waverly. Check us out online at ValerieFord.com. See dealer for details.
Are you craving a pizza that's as big as your appetite? Try our $10.99 extra large New York style pizza. It's packed with your choice of one topping and made with our original fresh, never frozen dough. It's hand stretched thinner with 8 oversized foldable slices. This is one big deal for one big pizza. Available now for a limited time at Papa John's Pizza in Jackson and Waverly, Ohio. Don't wait, order now and get your slice of the action before this offer disappears.
Who are the people that serve part-time in the Ohio Army National Guard? We are your neighbors, co-workers, and friends. We are your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters. We are the people you see in your community every day. While we serve part-time, we're learning valuable life and job skills that we can use in our civilian careers. We get up to 100% of our tuition paid for at state colleges so we can have an even better future. We are proud to serve both our country and our home state. Through every storm, every flood, every emergency that hits home here in Ohio, we are ready to respond and help our fellow Ohioans recover. We are every city, every small town, and every community. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service with the Ohio Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/OH. Sponsored by the Ohio Army National Guard. Aired by the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Alrighty, back here live from your Valerie Ford showroom here in Waverly, Ohio. You are listening and watching to the Pike County Coaches X's and O's show. And you can watch and listen to us live on Total Media Sports. Go to YouTube, Total Media Sports, and then click on WXIZ 100.9 Hank FM. It might even say show or the Coaches Show or whatever. But with that said, we do have victorious Coach Chris Crabtree. And, Coach, congrats on win number 1, especially on the road. Miami Trace, big win. Like you mentioned off the air, they might have had more stats, but you had better plays.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, and thanks for having us down. But, yeah, I mean, you know, on paper, if you look at the stats and stuff like that, they definitely had more yardage overall. But, you know, again, sometimes when you have a big kickoff return for a touchdown and stuff like that, that changes the game pretty quickly.
Mason Kelly, good night, 16 of 27, 186 yards and 3 TDs.
Yeah, I mean, Mason, I thought, played, you know, one of his better games. You know, one of the big things that he's done a really good job this year is being mobile, moving around in the pocket when he gets a little bit of pressure, and he made some great throws Friday night, and you know, he did an excellent job.
Now the rush game kind of limited. What was they doing defensively to stack you guys up? Tate, I got him for 13 carries and 33 yards.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately our run game's not where we want it to be. And, you know, I think it's one of those things, you know, you get teams that's going to sell out, and they're going to try to stop one thing in general. And again, when you do that, you know, that's going to open up some other opportunities for us. But, you know, that's an area that, you know, probably going to be a work in progress for us at certain points. But, you know, definitely we know we need to get that run game rolling because that's just going to make everything else better.
Well, you definitely got a fine receiving core, and you were led by Mason Pollard's 92 yards. Cody Swords was 74, both of them with a TD. But you got some tall, fast, athletic receivers, and that's not even counting Lane Bear, Mason Sparks, Sawyer Myers. I mean, those guys are all 6'4", 6'5". Lane's not that tall, but you know, I thought your offensive line did a great job.
Yeah, again, you know, it's a young group in general, you know, and again, they're coming in. You know, they're working hard each week, and they're doing the things they need to do to protect Mason and give him opportunity to get the ball out to those guys because, you know, they can get open. Those guys run good routes, and if Mason's got time, you know, he's going to be able to get the ball to them.
So one of the things Jeff talked about before, I think before you got here, he said one of the things that he was impressed by was Mason's ability, not the throws he made, but the throws that he didn't make. And I think what he meant by that is, you know, those throws that potentially can become an interception or things like that. So how much does that veteran experience, really I think is what it is with him, play into a win like that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, you know, he did get some pressure, but he got himself in position to where, you know, he was able to get his shoulder square and make good throws instead of throwing it, you know, off balance and it being an errant throw and you know, the ball gets tipped and bad things can happen sometimes. But, you know, I think that's one of the things he took from last year, that, you know, he really worked hard in the offseason, and, you know, he's a good film preparation guy, and, you know, I think all those things are making him make the right reads that he's making right now.
Well, this week you got Zane Trace coming to town. Your thoughts on that action?
You know, again, very athletic. You know, they got some fast track kids. You know, I coached track this year a little bit, so I got to see some of them in the 4x1 and the 4x2, and, you know, they're solid up front. And you know, they're doing some things that you probably wouldn't see a normal Zane Trace team do. I mean, they're going empty. They're lining up and, you know, 2x2 and spread and different things like that. So, you know, they have the capability to get the ball out quick, get it to those fast guys, but they also have a couple nice backs that they can turn around and hand the ball off to. So, you know, they're going to be versatile, and I think defensively, you know, they might even be a little bit ahead of the game defensively right now than what they are offensively, from just what I've seen in some of their scrimmages and through the scout team.
Well, I know they lost to Logan Elm, but they scored, 27? So they obviously got some offense.
Yeah, their quarterback went down early in the first half. Ooh. So, you know, obviously that changed the complexion of the game a little bit, and they ended up putting the Bryce Johnson, number 3, basically kind of playing him as a wildcat. So they were still able to put points on the board. So, you know, that tells you that they have capability to do some things.
Got anything else for Coach?
So we're going into week 2 of Friday night of week 2. Mm-hmm. It's a little early to talk about playoffs.
Sure.
But how excited are you about being in a different region this year as opposed to last few years?
Well, yeah, that's definitely, you know, and I've always said this, you know, we kind of fit more demographically to the east and to the west. And, you know, obviously you got to get in. But looking at the other teams that came in this year in D4 in that region, you know, there's a little bit more familiarity.
Yes.
Where you don't get stuck going, you know, Cincinnati, and which, you know, we have familiarity with them, but
yes,
there's some teams I wouldn't want to I don't really want to have that familiarity with.
Right.
But overall, yeah, it's a good situation for us. Obviously, we got to take care of business through the regular season. But, I think that gives you an opportunity, if you can get a good draw the first week, and then you can kind of maybe get on a little bit of a run.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming down. I know we got three of your players that we'll get on after the break. Good luck this Friday night, and just keep rolling Tigers.
I appreciate it.
good
Thanks,
luck,
guys.
Coach.
Yep.
With that being said, you're listening to the Pike County Coaches X's and O's show live from the Valley Ford showroom, and we'll be back in a minute.
This week on Football Friday Kickoff, the show hits the road as we travel to Alumni Stadium for the monumental clash between the Jackson Ironmen and the Ironton Fighting Tigers. We also spotlight key matchups, including Fairland's trip to Point Pleasant and Zane Trace taking on Waverly.
Tune in to General Mills Football Friday Kickoff, Friday at 6, and Football Friday nights after the game on 100.9 Hank FM.
Valerie Ford of Waverly's Labor Day Sales Event of the Year. Discounts on new Fords up to $10,000. Interest rates as low as 0% on all 2024s. Plus, we will pay more for your vehicle than anyone. That's right, up to $10,000 off new Fords and interest rates as low as 0%. Don't miss the Labor Day Sales Event going on all month long. Remember, all roads lead to Valerie Ford of Waverly. Check us out online at ValerieFord.com. See dealer for details.
Snap to Barron, back at his 41, passes up the right side, intercepted, bringing it down the left side, and that's Matthews who picked it off, and he's coming down the left side to give Ohio State their second defensive touchdown of the day, Jermaine Matthews.
This is the voice of the Buckeyes, Paul Keels. Ohio State opens the season Saturday, August 31st against Akron. We'll be on the air with the AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show beginning at 2 p.m. here on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Are you craving a pizza that's as big as your appetite? Try our $10.99 extra large New York style pizza. It's packed with your choice of one topping and made with our original fresh, never frozen dough. It's hand stretched thinner with 8 oversized foldable slices. This is one big deal for one big pizza. Available now for a limited time at Papa John's Pizza in Jackson and Waverly, Ohio. Don't wait, order now and get your slice of the action before this offer disappears.
Already back here live at Valley Ford showroom, Pike County X's and O's Coaches Show, live from the Valley Ford showroom, as I mentioned. Again, trivia, 740-222-4744. That's the number to call if you know the answer to this question. Free pizza on the line. Beaver had a football team at one time. Now, I'm not talking Eastern. I'm talking Beaver before they consolidated. What year did they start their football program? All I need is the year, correct year, and free pie for you from Papa John's. We want to thank them for bringing down the 5 pizzas. And just stop in, guys. We got all kinds of free gifts to give away. The big one is come in and check out the showroom floor and the cars here at Valerie Ford and register. We have a box. It says X's and O's Coaches Show on the side of the box. And you'll have a little form you need to fill out and then drop it in the box. Next Thursday, we're going to be drawing for that $50 gas gift card. So come on in and check it out. With that being said, we have Cody Swords on my far right and the Hawkman, Hunter Houck. Guys, congrats on the win. Hunter, start with you. Your thoughts on that win at Miami Trace?
I think it was a good win. It was a big win for us. They were a really good team, and we came in having doubts somewhat. I think we showed up and played good.
Yeah, first game's always a little, you're just not sure how you're going to perform on that first, especially on the road. That's a big win. Your thoughts, Cody?
I think up front they was pretty good. They had a lot of big people. So, we had a good stunts going on.
Well, now you guys, they outgained you yardage-wise, but you guys had the big plays. How did it feel to kind of jump out on them and get an early lead, Hunter?
It made me feel really confident in winning that game after the big lead.
Now, you're playing where?
Linebacker.
Linebacker. I can see the 10-man back there hammering. So, now, did you play last year?
Yeah.
Where did you play last year?
DN.
defensive end, and now they shifted you to linebacker. So you like it better?
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Yeah, you like to hit people, don't you? I know. I never will forget in that one basketball game, Coach, I'm going to hit him. I said, this is not football. I remember that. But, Cody, you're a fast wideout. I know I was a wideout when I played, and it's like, give me the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always open. Are you always open?
I feel like I am.
Well, you had some big catches the other night. And, of course, let me see here. I've got my stats in front of me. You had the big kick return, didn't you?
Yeah.
How was it, about 65 yards?
I thought it was
It might have been longer.
Longer than that.
I wasn't there. General's not here. He called the game. I'm going by just my notes I took.
I don't know the exact yardage, but it was pretty good.
So it opened up pretty good, and it's off to the races, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, good stuff. You guys, how do you feel about this game coming up Friday? You got ZT coming to your place.
I feel really good. I think we have a really good chance of winning.
Your thoughts, Cody?
I feel like we're going to do some good things. You know, get the ball, just try to go downfield, score, and then get a stop. Then it's
rock and roll, baby.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll to W. Well, it's better to be 1-0 than 0-1. Let's get Mr. Bellasano, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sebastian, go around the table there. Just let him hop in your spot, and you guys just go around because you can stay counter if you want. If not, we'll just get him. It doesn't matter, whatever you want to do. We now have joining us Sebastian Bellasano. Did I say that right? Bellasano?
Yeah.
Well, they had to help me, so. All right, now, what grade you in?
I'm a senior.
Senior. Now, did you play last year?
Yeah, I played a little bit, mostly special teams, though.
So what are you playing this year?
Linebacker.
Linebacker. Well, good stuff, good stuff. Get to help this man out a little bit?
Oh, yeah, I think we work pretty correspondingly.
It takes, well, you go with 2 linebackers or 3, Hunter? 2. Well, that's good stuff. So your thoughts on that victory last Friday against Miami Trace?
I think we all brought each other up. We all helped, and we all did our part. And obviously, we had some slip-ups and gave up a few touchdowns. But, I mean, we all came together in the end and brought a victory home.
Got her done. Well, I appreciate you guys coming down. Make sure you eat some pizza. Anybody you want to shout out to on the radio? Girlfriend? He laughed at that one, didn't he? No girlfriend action, huh? So how about you? You want to shout out anybody?
Nah.
Not tonight. And I forgot to ask Cody, so that's my fault. Well, guys, thanks for coming down. Good luck Friday night. And we're going to take another quick break here. Listening and watching on Hank FM 100.9 WXIZ. Go to Total Media Sports on YouTube, and you can find this broadcast. But with that being said, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in a minute for the Eastern Eagles.
Valerie Ford of Waverly's Labor Day Sales Event of the Year. Discounts on new Fords up to $10,000. Interest rates as low as 0% on all 2024s. Plus, we will pay more for your vehicle than anyone. That's right, up to $10,000 off new Fords and interest rates as low as 0%. Don't miss the Labor Day Sales Event going on all month long. Remember, all roads lead to Valerie Ford of Waverly. Check us out online at ValerieFord.com. See dealer for details.
Who are the people that serve part-time in the Ohio Army National Guard? We are your neighbors and friends. We are your sons and daughters. Our service is providing us valuable job skills, and it pays up to 100% of our tuition. We're proud to serve our state. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service with the Ohio Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/OH. Sponsored by the Ohio Army National Guard. Aired by the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Are you craving a pizza that's as big as your appetite? Try our $10.99 extra large New York style pizza. It's packed with your choice of one topping and made with our original fresh, never frozen dough. It's hand stretched thinner with 8 oversized foldable slices. This is one big deal for one big pizza. Available now for a limited time at Papa John's Pizza in Jackson and Waverly, Ohio. Don't wait. Order now and get your slice of the action before this offer disappears.
Alrighty, back here at the Valerie Ford showroom, you're listening and watching the Pike County X's and O's Coaches Show. And you can catch that on WXIZ 100.9 Hank FM, but you got to go to Total Media Sports on YouTube, and that'll get us going. But, well, we have nobody on the trivia question. I'm going to read it one more time because this is next to last stop. Again, call this number, 740-222-4744, if you want a free pizza from Papa John's. And if you're hungry right now, stop by. We got plenty of pizza over there on the side. Just stop in and eat a bite. Also, you can enter to win a $50 gas card. You have to come into the showroom. There's a box that says X's and O's Coaches Show on it. And just fill out the form, drop it in. We'll have a winner next Thursday night. Well, we have assistant coach Evan Ferguson and Big E, a great win, 34-33 in double OT. Just kind of tell us about the game.
Oh, man, it was quite the ball game. You know, if you didn't get a chance to come out to Beaver and watch it or catch it on the radio or the stream, it was a back-and-forth affair, and honestly, from a pretty good, very battle-tested Miller team. We kind of gave it to them last year. They were all sophomores, juniors, and we graduated a lot of our older guys, and they didn't, and they came out with a game plan. Luckily, we made a couple plays early. Benjamin Bauer opened up with a pick six, like third play of the game, and they didn't put it in the air. They weren't going to risk it again after that. They pounded the ball for like a 14, 15-play drive, didn't get the ball back till about 2 minutes, and we struggled to get in our rhythm. Like I said, we were young. It was Eric's first career start, and a lot of guys around him first career start, so it wasn't like we had a ton of seniors for him to lean on. But we got better as the game went, and, as a staff, we felt like, and even with Eric, just talking with him, he made his best throws when it mattered. We played our best football when it mattered most, and that's all you can ask. These young guys it's going to be hard for us to come out and play a consistent 4 quarters like last year's team. They haven't taken the licks. They haven't been through the wars yet. They haven't found that, that stability yet, that consistency. So I guess all we can ask when we really need to play, we just got to make it, and thankfully we did.
Well, I got Eric, unofficially Eric was 12 for 31, 180 yards rushing. Jack Montgomery, 6 for 95 yards and 2 TDs. And Ben Bauer, besides the pick six, he had 5 carries for 32 yards. Receiving-wise, Carson Peters led the way with 3 catches and 61 yards. But, Eric, the line must have did pretty well, and Eric must have held his own, for his first start.
No, he did. He played well, and he settled in. Like I said, if you watched his fourth quarter, versus his first quarter, it looks like 2 totally different guys. And the line did play well, especially to be young in some spots. Obviously bring back Brewer and Cade, but there's a couple first-year starters at tackle for him, stuff like that. And then we have skill players. Jack Montgomery's a guy most people around here don't know about, but we've been waiting on him for 6 years. He's been the best player on the field since he was a 3rd grader.
Is that right?
Oh, so
what grade's he in?
He is a freshman.
Is that right?
I had that freshman. I coached junior high track out there as well, and I have that freshman class in. I had that freshman class in track this past season. He and Trey Kelly broke our school's 100 record by a half second and broke it every other meet. And I think Trey eventually got the record. They broke the 200 every other meet. And then Isaac Montgomery broke the 400 record like 4 times. So this freshman class, they're about 12, 13 deep. And we have some very serious athletes in that group. The future, for as good as we are right now, the future is bright as well.
That's awesome. No, so, one of the things, you've got some new players, got a little experience, especially, up front. But you're bringing back new players. Not only that, you've got a target on your back because you are the team to beat in the SOC1. So every Friday, you got teams that are going to bring their A game.
Yeah, that's definitely been something we've discussed, and it's something that I think being young, we haven't quite wrapped our mind around that, but also at the same time, being young, we also don't think about it. It's kind of like subbing in the rookie to break up a no-hitter. He's too dumb to know that this is a big moment. He doesn't feel the pressure. So there is a touch of that. And not even just in the SOC1, when you look at our schedule, like this week, you have Huntington, you have Southeastern. They're going to get in league play, and they're going to be the little guy. They're going to see Unioda and see. So if they want to go win 5 games, they've got to get us. We know that they're in the way. And then, like you said, every time you beat someone, and, we didn't just beat people last year. Quite a few people we beat pretty handily. Kids remember that. Coaches remember that. Communities remember that. So I'm more excited by that. I relish in the challenge. And I think, as we are settling in and as some of these, older guys start to really realize how competitive we are, even losing what we lost, I think we're starting to want people's best punch. And we better because it's coming.
Absolutely.
Well, you got double overtime now. Now, that last they got the ball and scored in the second. I'm going to the second overtime. I'm skipping the first one. And they kicked the extra point. So that put them up 6.
So
Go ahead.
So starting the first every time, so I don't lose track. We got ball first. They chose defense. We score. We botch the snap, do not get the extra point.
Okay, gotcha.
They get the ball back. They score in 2 plays. They kick the extra point. It's called wide left. Misses by inches. So barely misses. They get the ball, go for 2. Brewer stuffs it up the middle. We get the ball, we kick ours, and it squeaks in by inches. It's literally a game of inches last Friday.
It was, and Brady Moore, Coach T said he's looking good in the kicking game.
No, he is. He has a super strong leg, and, he's kind of been I don't want to say stuck, but he was stuck behind D-Ray. He had a guy who was a third-team All-State kicker and punter in front of him. And, he can kick the ball to about 45 yards. He kicked a touchback to open up the game. He has a legitimate leg. The funniest part about it, his worst kick of the night was the game winner. Is the only one you would put on a highlight film. Every other kick hit the track, split the uprights end over end. He kicked that last one. He punched a knuckleball up in the air, and it just fell from the clouds. It was
good stuff.
It was a winner, though, and that's what really matters.
W. Well, you got Huntington. At Huntington, your thoughts?
Oh, man, they're a much improved ball club. They're younger than last year, and they lose a couple really good athletes. The Potter kid, I think Noah Potter, and then DJ Crocker were as physical and athletic as you could ask out of a quarterback and running back last year. Yep. The quarterback this year, the Hirsch kid, is young. He's a sophomore, incredibly talented, young. But he's pass first, and they're pass first because of it. This is one of the more modern-looking Huntington teams I've seen in my life. I know when I was there in the early 10s at Piketon, Coach Bartholomew was there, and he did some spread stuff. Yes. It looks a lot more like what Coach Bart was doing there. Trio trips, a lot of do stuff like that, and they'll sling the ball around a little bit. And they've got I don't know his name, I haven't seen a roster, but they've got a nice little back. He's wearing 7 as well, but I know it's not the Crocker kid, he graduated, but 7's a tough back, probably 5'11", 200 pounds, physical, and they're big up front. Bunch of wrestlers, they're out there. Yeah. Coach Beeler's got it going on in the weight room. They've got a big staff, and those kids are physical. The one thing I'll say, and I learned it in the SVC, and it's something I try to, really impose on these kids. At the top of the SVC, of course, you have big athletes all over, and then even as you go towards the bottom of the SVC, even if the athletes aren't as good, it's still physical, and if not more physical. Yeah. And watching the Huntington East Clinton film at times looked more like a street fight than a football game. We understand that whenever when we roll out there on Blaine Highway, that they're going to try and bully us, and we have to respond to that disciplined, but we still have to respond to that.
Yes.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming down. I see we got 3 guests. We'll get them on here before we get out of here, and good luck tomorrow night.
Appreciate it.
All right, Evan Ferguson of the Eastern Eagles, and we'll have some special guests from their Eastern Eagles team coming up right after this break. We'll be back in a minute.
Valerie Ford of Waverly's Labor Day Sales Event of the Year. Discounts on new Fords up to $10,000. Interest rates as low as 0% on all 2024s. Plus, we will pay more for your vehicle than anyone. That's right, up to $10,000 off new Fords and interest rates as low as 0%. Don't miss the Labor Day Sales Event going on all month long. Remember, all roads lead to Valerie Ford of Waverly. Check us out online at ValerieFord.com. See dealer for details.
Who are the people that serve part-time in the Ohio Army National Guard? We are your neighbors and friends. We are your sons and daughters. Our service is providing us valuable job skills, and it pays up to 100% of our tuition. We're proud to serve our state. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service with the Ohio Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/OH. Sponsored by the Ohio Army National Guard. Aired by the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Are you craving a pizza that's as big as your appetite? Try our $10.99 extra large New York style pizza. It's packed with your choice of one topping and made with our original fresh, never frozen dough. It's hand stretched thinner with 8 oversized foldable slices. This is one big deal for one big pizza. Available now for a limited time at Papa John's Pizza in Jackson and Waverly, Ohio. Don't wait, order now and get your slice of the action before this offer disappears.
Alrighty, back here at Valerie Ford here in Waverly, Ohio. It is the X's and O's Coaches Show. And we have special guests here from the Eagles. We have Declan Davis and we have Tucker Lice. And, of course, Boston Webb waiting in the wing. Guys, first of all, congrats on the big win. Double overtime. Your thoughts on that game, D?
It was a very hard-fought game. definitely ended how we wanted it to end, but still a lot to improve on and looking for tomorrow.
Now, is this your first year of football?
Yes, first year ever playing.
Really?
Yes,
How
sir.
do you like it?
It's definitely been a little bit of a change, a little bit different from the hardwood, but I like it.
Well, I told your dad, I know when he broadcasted, I said, you ought to get D to play football. I said, he's built like a linebacker. Now, I did say that.
Yeah.
And that is what you're playing.
Yep, linebacker.
And are you doing anything on offense?
They have me at working at some reps at the halfback, blocking, catching some passes, but my main focus is at linebacker.
So how was the feel out there on the field? It's a big field. It's not a small basketball court. Your thoughts?
It's definitely a first in a lifetime for me. Everyone's always told me that there's nothing like a Friday night.
Yeah.
And running out of that Eagle, it definitely, my blood was pumping and the adrenaline was going, but it definitely was a moment for me.
Well, you got a buddy there, Mr. Leist, and you started out healthier this year. That's a plus.
Yeah.
So what'd you think about that game Friday night?
Crazy way to start the year, that's for sure.
A double overtime. It was a thriller, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are used to that, especially after those 2 playoff games. So how's the knee?
It's good. I think I should stay healthy this year, hopefully.
Well, hopefully we don't wish that on anybody. I know you guys will be on the hardwood, too, here for too long. But your thoughts on Miller, you guys put the wood to him last year, but a different ball game this year. Tuck, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I just think we started off bad this year.
Started slow. And
yeah.
But hey, still 33 points. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Now, how do you like his defense? Now, this is my opinion. I could be wrong on this. I mean, I played wide receiver and punted, and I only played 1 year, my senior year at Waverly. But I wanted to be a defensive back, but I just wasn't ready to be a defensive back because there's a lot to learn. I mean, I knew football, but I never played it, and so you're getting used to some things.
Yeah, it's definitely been a lot for me to intake. Had some moments with Coach Ferg over there where sometimes he gets mad at me, but it's all right because I got to learn it eventually.
Got to learn and then go on from there. Well, now, your thoughts on Friday night. You're going to Huntington. Your thoughts?
Well, it's kind of a surreal moment for me, especially I know a lot about Huntington. I know a lot of people from there, and I think it'll be a good night.
Good night. Victory Eagles, right?
Yes, sir.
Go 2-0. Tucker, your thoughts?
I think we should win.
Now, I always ask this. Anybody you want to shout out to?
I'll let him go first.
You go first.
My dad, it's his birthday today.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Let's see. 62?
I think 63.
63. Well, that's close. That's close. The old man's getting old. I hope he's listening. But, he's a heck of a guy, heck of a basketball player. I know. I asked him at the thing last year, at the playoffs when we had the little show there. Oh, we got a call. We got a call. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Let's take this call. Yes. Who are we looking at?
Kristen Brill.
Kristen, all right. Do you have the answer to the trivia question?
1939.
1939, and she is correct. Good job. The Beavers, not the Eastern Eagles. This is before they consolidated. But 1939 is correct. And Kristen, come down to Valerie Ford tomorrow, and I'll have this little card for you. I'll leave it at the desk, and you just ask for it. You got a free pizza from Papa John's.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks for calling in. Bye. All righty, sorry for the interruption, but hey, we got us some winners, so good stuff. Anybody you want to shout out to? You said your dad. Anybody else?
That's it.
I got to give a shout out to my mom and dad, my sister, who's cheering at a junior high football game right now.
They're down in Green, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, that's why he's not here. I wish he was, but well, that being said, let's grab Boston and get him in there. Tuck, go ahead and step out if you want. We'll get him going a little bit before we take one final break. We do have a winner. That's good stuff on the bye. Boston Webb, a sophomore this year?
Yes, sir.
All right. Your thoughts on that first game?
It was a crazy game.
Yes, it was. Let's see. I got a few stats here. Let's see what Boston. 4 catches for 50 yards.
Mm-hmm.
You're wide receiver?
Yep.
How do you like that?
It's fun.
That's what I used to play, and I used to get mad because I was open every time. I'm open every time. Throw me the ball. Never did get one. But so what's your thoughts on Eastern football this year?
I think we're going to be pretty good. Hopefully we make a deep run in the playoffs.
Well, you guys got some good athletes, especially the younger guys. And I'm not saying the older guys aren't good. I don't mean that. But like Coach E said, you got a freshman group that's pretty solid. Some good athletes there. So that's what you build on. But you guys got to lead the way as seniors.
Yes, sir.
But anybody you want to shout out to?
No, not really.
Not really? You play defense?
Yeah, I play safety.
Safety. Oh, I always like that. Yeah, you get to see the whole field in front of you. Well, guys, I appreciate you guys coming down. Good luck tomorrow night. Thanks for stopping in, and maybe we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you, T-Fred.
All righty. We'll take one more break, and we'll come back with a Pick'ems contest, and that'll call it a night. You're listening and watching the X's and O's Coaches Show from the Valerie Ford Showroom. Back in a minute.
Valerie Ford of Waverly's Labor Day sales event of the year. Discounts on new Fords up to $10,000. Interest rates as low as 0% on all 2024s. Plus, we will pay more for your vehicle than anyone. That's right, up to $10,000 off new Fords and interest rates as low as 0%. Don't miss the Labor Day sales event going on all month long. Remember, all roads lead to Valerie Ford of Waverly. Check us out online at ValerieFord.com. See dealer for details.
Who are the people that serve part-time in the Ohio Army National Guard? We are your neighbors and friends. We are your sons and daughters. Our service is providing us valuable job skills, and it pays up to 100% of our tuition. We're proud to serve our state. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service with the Ohio Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/OH. Sponsored by the Ohio Army National Guard. Aired by the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Are you craving a pizza that's as big as your appetite? Try our $10.99 extra large New York style pizza. It's packed with your choice of one topping and made with our original fresh, never frozen dough. It's hand stretched thinner with 8 oversized foldable slices. This is one big deal for one big pizza. Available now for a limited time at Papa John's Pizza in Jackson and Waverly, Ohio. Don't wait. Order now and get your slice of the action before this offer disappears.
Already back here live. We're going to finish up the show, but before we do, we want to congrats out to Kristen Brewer. She is a Papa John's pizza winner tonight. Come in and get your complimentary pizza card. I'll leave it here with the general manager, JL, or somebody will be here, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And just before we do the pick'ems, kind of go over, we've added this gas card deal, $50 gas card. Kind of explain to the folks what they need to do to win that gas card.
Anyone who walks in here and asks about the gas card, we're going to show you a card, take a test drive. You can come in here and fill it out. $50 gas card will be drawn next Thursday.
Next Thursday, we'll have you draw it out of the box, and it's a big box. It says X's and O's Coaches Show on the side of it. Good stuff, and we'll probably be adding some more giveaways as we go this season.
Yes, sir. We're going to add a lot of giveaways, and just want everybody to stop in and check out the experience.
It's good. It's good. We had a bunch of people in here tonight, a couple car sales while we were setting up, so it's a happening place, guys. And, of course, we got all kinds of free stuff, keychains, Hank FM stickers. I mean, Total Media keychains, Valerie Ford keychains, you name it, we got it. With that being said, it is the Pick'ems contest. General already went, and we'll start out. Let me get my chart out. Here we go. And I'll start the first one, Portsmouth West at Portsmouth, and T. Fred says, go Trojans. Brian.
Portsmouth.
LJ.
Portsmouth.
All righty. Northwest at McLean. Brian, start it.
Man. Northwest.
LJ.
I've got to go with Northwest also.
And that's who I'm going with, Northwest. So far we're on the same page. Athens at Gallipolis starts off.
Gallipolis.
And that's who General took too. Me, I'm going to take Athens.
Athens for me.
All right, Brian. I'm not sure about that. I just guessed. Ironton at Jackson. I get to start this one. I'm going to go with Ironton until somebody proves me wrong on them. Go ahead, Brian.
Ironton.
LJ?
Ironton.
All righty. Valley at Colegrove.
Valley.
LJ?
Well, I've got to go with my alma mater, so I'm from Colegrove, so I'm going with Colegrove.
The Hornets. All right. Boy, it's a toughie. I think I'm going to go. It's at Colegrove too. I like the Hornets, so I'll go with them. Okay, LJ, start us off. Chesapeake at Menford.
Chesapeake.
All right. T. Fred, I'm going with Chesapeake. Brian, you're up.
I'm going with Menford.
All right, Brian's going with Menford. West Jefferson at Paint Valley. Do I start this one?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with West Jeff.
Same.
Brian's West Jeff.
Yep.
I'm going to go with Paint Valley.
Paint Valley. Uniota at Amanda, Brian.
As much as I hate to say this, the Sherman.
LJ.
That's who I'm going with also.
And me too. I think that's a sweep for the Tanks. Yeah. Wheelersburg at Archbishop McNicholas. LJ.
Wheelersburg.
Well, that's a toughie. I'm like Jeff. I mean, are they going to lose 2 in a row?
I know. That's a stat.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I'm going to take McNick.
McNicholas for me.
All righty. That's at their place. And last but not least, this will be an easy one. Akron at the Buckeyes.
Oh, Buckeyes.
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 And that's unanimous.
I'm pretty sure you say anything other than Buckeyes, you get fired from this gig.
Right.
Sounds like a plan. Well, that's going to do it. We're running over a little bit, so we're going to get out of here. Thanks to Sean and Justin and Chris helping us out. General's out running, doing who knows what down to
Sam Jam
down in Pike County. So for us three, for Brian and LJ, this is T. Fred saying so long, everybody. Well, let's give the times for the games again tomorrow night. Piketon at Wellston, 8 o'clock.
Yep.
Zane Trace at Waverly, 8 o'clock. Eastern at Huntington, 7:30.
Yes.
All righty. Well, that'll do it for this week's show. We'll be back for week number 3 next week. Come down and join us, folks. Got all kinds of stuff here. Free pizza. Come on in and eat and have a great time. So that's going to wrap things up. We'll see you tomorrow night. So from my cohorts in crime here, this is T. Fred saying so long, everybody. And go Eagles, go Tigers,